Yes, I believe.
Concept. Right. The book of Acts, 13, verse 22. And when he had removed him, he raised up unto David. So like he raised up unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony, and said, I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after my own heart, which shall fulfill all my will.
You don't know. What you were reading in Psalms was the word of David. Right? So Psalms 139 saying, do not I hate them that hate thee, Lord. Do not I hate them with a perfect hatred. Those were the words of David. And the Lord said David is what? A man after his own heart. The Lord wants you to hate something. Brother, you cannot go throughout your life loving everything. You'll fail. You'll fail. Because while you're busy trying to break your back loving everything, there's people out here who will not hesitate to hate you. They won't hesitate to harm you. They won't hesitate to harm your people. And your people will suffer because you decided to love everything. As a black man, you're forbidden from loving everything. It is against the law of God for a black man to love everything. There's one thing a black man must hate: the crimes against his father. Anyone who commits crimes against your father makes them an enemy of yours. Drop that. Give me Mark 13 and 13.
Okay. The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 13. All I can have. And ye shall be hated of all men for my sake, for my name's sake.
Right. Now, here's the twist to this whole story. That brother should have never gotten guns and shot up that Jewish deli. No, he should not have. That cop did not deserve to lose his life in an act of domestic terrorism. And domestic terrorism is horrible. It's horrible. Crimes against the police are horrible. They should never happen. Those Jewish people should be able to go to their deli every morning, open it, run their little bagel shop or their little kosher shop, and they shouldn't have to worry about getting gunned down in the street. Right? There's a problem here, though. You should not have to leave the house either and have to worry about getting gunned down in the street. You should be able to wake up every morning and make your living and not have to worry about, is this the last day that I'll be alive? You understand? You shouldn't have to worry about that. They didn't label it domestic terrorism when all the young Caucasian kids were running around shooting up schools and movie theaters, concerts and parks. It wasn't domestic terrorism then. But now it's domestic terrorism. Now this is a domestically terroristic act, and we must take action. Brother, if you've seen the news clip, there were about 8 to 9 Jewish men standing behind the mayor, making sure that he spoke properly for their cause. Making sure that, the Anti-Defamation League, the ADL, which protects the Jewish. This is a Jewish league formed in 1913. Make sure that the mayor said certain things to protect the Jewish people from further attacks, to protect them from the words that are going to come online. Black people have realized that our deaths don't get publicized like that. Oh, they'll get put on the news. But the publication, the tenacity, it'll never be there. When your family dies in an accident, when masses of black people die, it does not receive the justification it deserves. How do you know? 500 years later, you still talking about I want reparations for slavery. Still talking about it. I want reparations for slavery. Meanwhile, the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League for Jewish people, wasted zero time in making sure the mayor said we will not tolerate any anti-Semitic acts. He said, and I quote, "We will not lie down. We won't take this lying down. You don't get publicized for your death. The people who benefit off of your backs when they die, they receive publication. They receive rest in pieces. They receive thousands coming out to their memorial. That street, wherever they held their service at, that street was full of, what do they call it? Shomrim, which in the Yiddish is actually shamar. So full of security, their watch, their guardians, full. If I had like a way to show y'all, the picture is crazy. I mean, the street was thousands. It's thousands of Shomrim, because 4 Jewish brothers died. 4 of their Jewish brothers died. Now, brother, when we die, there's about 10 of us on the corner for a candlelight. Couple teddy. If you was real famous, you might get about 50 to 60 people. Hold on. I mean, not a lot. Candlelight and teddy bears, liquor on the ground, cans of beer on the ground, right? They come and visit it every now and again for like a year or 2 or 3, and then next thing you know, the teddy bear got thrown down the street. The can was just cracked and broken. City trash collection came and picked up the liquor. But these Jewish men that died will forever be remembered in Jersey City history. The Anti-Defamation League will make sure of that. Well, can't the I.S.U.P.K make sure that slavery will never be forgotten? Sure. If the Anti-Defamation League can make sure that 4 Jewish bodies will never be forgotten from Jersey City history, why can't we make sure that over 100 million Israelite, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian deaths since slavery in America is never forgotten? I believe we have the right to do that. The Jewish people should absolutely mourn and never forget what happened to them on Tuesday. But you cannot condemn us for never forgetting that slavery happened, for never forgetting that every year. Do you understand that number? 350,000 babies every year. Do you understand that? Do you understand like the severity of that? That's 1 million. By the time 3 years time, there's 1 million children that should have been born, should have been walking around, and they're dead before they ever took a breath. You understand that? Imagine every year 3 million babies. Now, how long have abortions been going on? Tens of millions of babies that should have been walking around. Can we not never forget that? Why can't we remember that? We can, and we will. And this is why we hate the crimes that the oppressor commits. This is how you be an Israelite. How to be an Israelite is never forgetting the crimes that the oppressor commits against you, while also, give me Proverbs. Matter of fact, you ain't finished reading this, did you? No, hold this. Never forgetting the crimes that were committed against you, while also knowing that you can't go shoot up the schools. You get mad, you get mad, you commit a sin unto yourself. You go smoke weed. You sin on yourself. You hurt yourself, right? Your oppressor gets mad. He kills. He takes 30 people with him. We have the power, and we will always remember what happens to us. You want to be a proper Israelite? You come inside the I.S.U.P.K. and you learn how to actually fix those issues. You no longer have to self-medicate with weed. You don't have to hear us on the corner for 2 seconds and then go run up and shoot a deli. You don't have to do that. You don't have to vote left or right, or Republican or Democrat. You understand? You don't have to do that. You can change your life and come into the I.S.U.P.K. and become a man of God. Read the rest of that verse.
But he that shall endure unto the end
He that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. You'll be saved if you can endure to the end. But brother, if you go run and shoot and kill in the deli, there's no guarantee that you will be saved. You're going to die. The cops are going to run up in there and shoot you and kill you. Maybe you'll blow your own brains out. Who knows? But if you take it upon yourself to do those things, you will surely die. But if you can endure to the end, if you can hear this doctrine and say, I know I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I know in this world we have enemies. We have oppressors. We have forces that are against us. The government is against us. The news outlets want it to seem like we are any way connected to something that happened that is outrageous, something that was a crime. They want to place crimes on us in the news. They want to make us a hate group in the Southern Poverty Law Center. They want to make it seem like we hate everybody just because we love black people. If you can know that as an Israelite and still say, I won't commit a crime, though. It's not hatred for me to love black people. If you can embody that, you'll be a fine Israelite, because those Israelites come out of one West. Any proverb? Yeah.
If I could, another tag on the news, and even the interview chat that Commander General House doing, that how they reported this, the press, how they were emphasizing. It seemed like they were very keen on emphasizing that got labeled, you know what I'm saying? By saying black Hebrew Israelites, they kept on repeating it. They kept on, they made sure that they kept on repeating it.
Yeah, because he claimed he was a black Hebrew Israelite, right? He claimed he's a black Hebrew Israelite because he's a black Hebrew Israelite, and he claimed he was, and he's committed these crimes. It's obvious. They all must be savages. Now they have the green light to label us all savages. But we have a news flash. When Dylan Roof's phone went and shot up that church, we didn't say every white person is going to run up into your church and shoot you. We said it is a crime. We said it's a crime. Trump tries to build a wall and keep the Mexicans out of America. We don't look at every white person we see in America and say, you're just like Trump. You're just like Trump. We don't walk down the street saying that. When white people go commit crimes, we don't blame the race of white people. We're able to look at that person and say, he committed a crime. It just so happens that 90% of their race commits crimes. You as a black man walking down the street, you walk down the street, you're assumed to be a criminal. You don't have to actually commit a crime. You're assumed to be a criminal. Here's the problem. Any other race of people walk down the street, they're not assumed to be criminals. Yet they do commit far worse crimes than you do. They do steal entire countries from people who already inhabited the country. They do start a war on drugs just as a false name for a war on black people. You understand? That's what the other races do. They do bring heroin and opium into your neighborhoods and then open up your favorite Chinese spots years later. They do that. Brother, you should be looked at as a priest and prophet, and he should be looked at as a lone nutcase that is not tied to the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge at all. All right? Give me Psalm 16 and 32.
The book of Psalms, chapter 16, verse 32.
And if I could, real quick, just to flip it on. Didn't everyone's beloved character, Martin Luther King Jr., say, not for the color of your skin, but for the content of your character? Ain't that what everybody's favorite Christian preacher said? Ain't that what Martin Luther King said? The man who went around sleeping with, having orgies with white prostitutes. Isn't that what he said? He said, not for the color of your skin. Judge every man for the content of his character. Well, when you walk down the street, you're judged for the color of your skin. When they commit crimes, we're judging them off the content of their character. Read on.
So actually, you said Psalm 16 and 32?
I said Proverbs 16 and 32.
Proverbs 16 and 32.
Nobody got it. Come, sir. Nobody got it, get it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32. I can got it. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty. Brother, it's a known fact that the Jewish community has a lot of wealth. They have a lot of money. They're mighty in this country. Brother, you don't have to have all of their wealth to be better. You can just be slow to anger. Just be slow to anger. Just realize that I'm mad at the condition my people are in. I don't believe you are what you say you are. You say you're a Jew, I don't believe you're a Jew. I'm angry at that. But I'll be slow to anger. You're very mighty in this country because you eat off of my back. But I'll be slow to anger. You run a deli shop when I have to open up shop on a corner with a cart. But I'll be slow to anger. Because like it says in Revelations, the patience of the saints is very important. Be patient, brother. Sit back, chill, relax, be patient. Because I guarantee you, when Christ comes back, it'll become known who is a Jew and who's not a Jew. It'll become known when Christ comes back who's righteous and who's not righteous, who deserves this world and who unrighteously took it. Read on the Bible.
And he that ruleth his spirit, you will break down on that.
Read it again.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that rule his spirit than he that take a city.
You have complete control over everything you do. Every decision, it is a certain blissful, dare I say blissful, it is a certain powerful state of mind, knowing that I have 100% control over every action I take. I'll give you an example. We all work slaveries, right? You might want to go knock your boss out. Probably shouldn't go knock your boss out. You probably want to. Probably shouldn't. You understand? You know your oppressor is eating off of you. Eating, I'm talking about the black version of eating. He's eating off of you. He's getting fat off of you. But you probably know, that coke and pills and there's something you can sell, brother. You can make $500 a day, easy, couple hours, and get up out of it. Instead of go working 8 to 12 hours a day, you can go work 3 hours on the block, make a stack, and get up out of it. Easy. Am I lying? I'm not lying. But what do you know? That it's not profitable. It's lucrative, it makes money, but that doesn't profit you. To rule your spirit is to make decisions that might even hurt you in the moment. They might hurt when you make the decision, but brother, you'll be better because of it. To rule your spirit is to, you'll never have to look back and, okay, let me make it even simpler. What does the world say? I don't want to have no regrets when I die. When they say that, what they mean, they making a bucket list. Sorry, brother, don't let your woman make a bucket list. If your woman making a bucket list, she probably got niggas' names on a bucket list. You understand? What she want to do ain't what you want to do. What you want to do is you talking about some, hey, I want to go skydiving one day. I want to go to Mount Everest one day. I want to go to Dubai. She got niggas' names on her bucket list. Don't do the bucket list. People do bucket lists because they want to do outrageously sinful things before they die to feel like they've lived. You understand? To feel like they've lived. However, for you to not regret anything, all you have to do is every time you make a decision, be 100% solid in it. Be solid. Even when you're not solid in it, be solid. Let me tell you something. Plenty of times, I would travel from Jersey to New York for class years ago, right? I'm like, damn, I ain't got the money to go up there right now. I could just stay here, watch it online. Then my spirit was like, you know, you need to be there physically. And I would make a decision. Instead of doing this with this money, I'll go here. And you might regret not getting, or something even bigger. I want to buy these, but we need a battery for camp. I want to go buy this for myself, but the camp needs a battery. Now you could go and buy whatever the hell you're talking about, right? New shoes, some Johnny Wall, whatever you want for yourself, right? Go do that, and you'll be pleasured in that moment. At the moment, you'll feel good in you. And when camp comes, what's going to happen? You don't have the battery. Or you can say, I do want those boots, but this battery is more important. You'll hurt in the moment. At that time, you'll be knowing about the battery, like, this battery. This is going to be knowing about the battery. Yeah, bring it up. How much? All right, I got you. And then you'll look at the boot. 2 weeks will go by. 3 weeks will go by. 4 weeks will go by. 4 months will go by. You know what we're getting worn down by 4 months? The boots. You know what's still standing strong after 4 months? That battery. You know what profits the Lord? That battery. You know what it means just to feel good? Boots. So in that moment, you can say, I'm willing to feel bad for 2 seconds. I'm willing to not get what I want. And let the boots go and get the battery. Later on, you won't regret it. That's an example of ruling your spirit. Making decisions you never regret. You never have to look back and say, man, I look back all the time and think I should have did this. And as you're hearing this, you might be thinking of what? Some decisions you made, you'd be like, nah, I should have did this. Maybe I should have done that. From now on, rule your spirit. Every decision you make, precise. That brother that shot that belly made an irrational decision. It was nothing precise. I know he regrets it now. He's dead. He's dead. I know he regrets it now. Apparently that was his wife that went along with him. You got your wife killed. For what? Not being able to rule your spirit for 5 seconds? 5 seconds. 5 minutes. One call to the UPK. I'm gonna go shoot this dummy up there. We Israelites, man, you can't. Brother, you go and shoot that deli up and the cops are going to go shoot you up. Nothing will change. You would have made the entire Israelite movement look horrible. You'll be dead. You try to bring your wife with you, your wife's going to be dead. Hope you ain't got no kids or nobody to rely on you, because they'll be fatherless. Is that the decision you want to make? That's what he would have heard that if he called us. And he would have sat there and felt stupid for those 5 minutes. He'd have felt stupid. And if he loved correction and he wasn't a brutish man, he would have took what we said and stood down from the actions he took on Tuesday. Ruling your spirit could literally mean life or death, very literally. You do it on a minor scale every day, whether you know it or not. On a minor scale, you make decisions. Do I rule my spirit, or do I just do whatever whim comes to my head? You have to rule your spirit. It makes you stronger than someone that takes a city. So, I need to write this one down. Yeah. Who's taking the city? Who's taking the city? Now, name in this terroristic incident, horrible thing that happened to the cops. Very horrible that happened to the Jewish man. Who took the city? If that brother should have ruled his spirit, then he would have been better than someone that took the city. Who took the city in this instance? I'm gonna rephrase it. We got another chance. Who takes cities in 2019? Who's historically known for taking what's not theirs?
White people.
The Caucasian man, right? He runs America, but America wasn't his when he came there, was it? It belonged to Native Indians. He decided, I want this land. Native Indians showed him love and courtesy and protection, how to feed yourself in this land, how to wash yourself properly. It's winter, it's going to get cold, you do this, you do that. And they said, oh, Columbus wrote in his diary, they're so peaceful. I know what I'm going to do. Kill them. He said, oh, they're so peaceful and so helpful. And they show us how to feed ourselves here and what the winters are like, and so much love and compassion. And how can we repay them? Let's kill them. That's what Columbus wrote in his diary. We must make them slaves. They got to be made to serve. You see how compassionate they are? Yeah, they need a master. They need a master. They're so honorable. So much honesty in them. Let's enslave them. That's what he wrote in his diary. Brother, those Jewish men run so many parts of America. I could just name them forever. So many parts of the world, so many banking systems, so many banks, so many federal reserves. Brother, it's ridiculous. They take cities. That brother could have been more powerful than them if he would have made a decision. I need to call I.S.U.P.K. before I go and do something stupid. Oh, I need to rule my spirit. No sweat. No sweat. The brothers that go to camp in I.S.U.P.K. are way stronger than that man. They're way stronger than the Jewish man. You understand? Way stronger. They're way stronger than anyone who runs a state, any governor, any mayor, any president, any emperor, any dictator. If you go to camp under the I.S.U.P.K. banner, you're way more powerful. You're just waiting for your turn physically. That's all. All your power is here. It's here. In the spirit, you best them 100 times out of 100 in the spirit. You're waiting for your physical kingdom to come down. And that's the patience. That's ruling your spirit. All right? You can be as angry as he was. His anger wasn't the problem. He wasn't slow to it. You understand? He didn't realize that me doing this is going to get my wife killed. Me doing this is gonna, if he, let's say he really did believe in the movement, this is gonna make the movement look bad. My wife will die. I'll die, or at the bare minimum, for anti-Semitic domestic terrorist crime, he's going to Guantanamo Bay. And brother, they make fun of Guantanamo Bay in movies, but Guantanamo Bay is a very, very, very horrible prison. For terrorists that go against America, it is a very, very horrible prison. At the very least, you're going to Guantanamo Bay, or you're going to some maximum federal prison, where the guards will beat you every day, allow other inmates who haven't seen women for 40 years to come and rape you. You understand? Beat you to death with soap, beat you right on the brink of death with balls of soap inside socks. Put you in ICU for about 3 weeks. Oh, you're good now. Do it again. We'll wrap class up there. Are there any questions? Any last questions? No sweat. What I'm gonna do. That being said, we will have anything to announce. Go ahead and wrap it up. Did I leave that prayer book here or no? I don't believe so, right? Yeah, I didn't leave that black one. I think I did. Sure.
If you did, I don't know. Probably you're just not in bed.
No time. That being said, I mud you. More courteous group. Let's see. Israelite Muslim Shabbat, and Muslim, Morocco, Yahanna, there's Matar, right? Any sisters that's all on, Muslim Shabbat, and Muslim, Morocco, Yahanna, Shalom, all right, no sweat. Shalom. So you cut it again.